This is your good co-captain speaking. My name is Steve, and today we're going to cover some quick DIY tips around bike maintenance to keep those costs low and to keep you on the road. Changing tire tubes. In this segment, we'll be covering changing tubes within tires and what you'll need for this topic. A good set of tire levers, a bicycle pump, tire patch tube kit, new tubes that correlate to the size of your tire, and a 15mm crescent wrench. Step 1 is removing the wheel from the bike. If you do not have a bike stand, you can always turn the bike upside down and remove the wheel. Side note, you might have to release the brakes to get the wheel through the brake pads. Step 2, you're going to use your tire lever to pry the tire off of the rim. You're going to wedge the lever in and pry down. This should pop the tire bead up and onto the outside of the rim, where you can guide the lever to pull along the rim and pop the bead off. Note, for changing a flat, you only need to remove one side of the tire. Step 3, pull out the old tubes, inflate the new tube. If you have a punctured tube, use your fingers to feel or listen to where the air is leaking from. This is where your patch kit comes in. If you have a spare tube, you can simply just inflate it. Step 4, you're going to inspect the tire for glass, metal bits, or anything else. Bits of sharp debris may have caused the flat. Check for this by running your finger slowly around the inside of the tire casing, removing the offending bit carefully. Remember, this little object was sharp enough to cut through 7 layers of the tire. Step 5, you're going to place the tire and tube back onto the wheel. Start with the valve from the tube and stick that through the hole in the wheel. Then place one side of the tire on the wheel. This will be easy. The tricky part is getting the other side of the tire onto the wheel. Pop the tire onto the rim using your thumbs. You can use a tire lever to wedge the tire back on the rim, but you risk popping the tube this way. This segment is patching a tube. Let's rewind a little bit and dive deeper into patching a tube. Typical patch kits include patches, glue, sandpaper, or a tube scuffer tool. First thing we want to do is locate the leak. Once we inflate the tube, hold it closely to your ear and slowly rotate it to see if you can hear a hiss. Once you've identified the hole, you want to mark it. If the tube is too damaged, then you'll have to opt for a spare. Anytime the valve for the tube is damaged, it's no longer salvageable. Now we'll want to deflate and clean the tube. Make sure to thoroughly dry the patch area. Next, use sandpaper or tube scuffer to rough up the area around the puncture. This helps the glue stick better. The next few steps is applying and checking the patch. Dab a small amount of the glue on the hole. Then evenly spread a thin layer of glue around it, covering an area of at least as large as the patch. Wait a few minutes for the glue to get tacky. Remove the backing from the patch and press it onto the tube. Congrats! You're officially a bike mechanic now, so we can shave off a few bucks in the future. We'd like to thank Fulton Bikes for hosting us. They're an official partner of Good Co Bike Club. We'd also like to thank Schwinn for this new endeavor and exciting partnership. And last but not least, thank you. Subscribe to this channel for more of this kind of content in the future. You good? We good.